You have panic attacks,
Yes.
and anxiety is a thing. How much a presence is anxiety in your everyday life now?
A little bit. I wake up sometimes and feel anxious, but as you well know, they have drugs that help people like me with that. And but there was a time when I was totally paralyzed by it in my early 20s, and in the late 80s. It jumped on me. I got my second divorce, and it just jumped all over me. I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to do anything.
That's a really good way to put it, by the way. It jumped all over me. When you've got it, it is all over you.
It's everywhere, and it's real. It is real. You know, I was dying. I went to my doctor one day, and I said, you know, you're not following up very well with this medicine you've got me on. I should have been called, and I was giving him about it because, you know, I thought he wasn't doing his job. And he looked at me and he pulled out my file. This was before computers, right? He goes, you want to see your file? It was that big. It was that tall. He goes, really, John? He goes, at some point you've got to like realize that all this stuff is in your head, because I have file after file after file after file after file of, you know, you don't have sickle cell anemia. You don't have it. I go straight to cancer, Jane. Straight to cancer. There's no like, oh, I've got a cold. I've got cancer.
Doesn't everybody do that, or is it just...
It's just me and you. There's no like gray area. I'm either okay or I'm dying.
You know, you have a gift, many gifts. The gift that underlies all of them, but your good looks, is you have always understood how to tap your creativity. And the way to tap creativity is to do it every day. Is to have the routine of go to work and be available.
That's right. You have to be, that is the key word right there. You know, songwriting used to be so painful for me when I was a kid because I hadn't done it. But as time goes on, I don't even want to write songs, but then I do. And there's a song on the new record called Easy Targets that is about Black lives and about the working poor, and I wasn't even thinking about that stuff. And I wrote that song in, I don't know, 5 minutes. I couldn't even keep up with it. You know, it was just like, Black Lives Matter, who we trying to kid, you know, and it's just, and I wrote it, and then I went back to painting, and then I found it a couple of days later and go, wow, when did I write that? So songwriting has become like a real surprise to me, and really exciting at my age. It's more exciting now than it ever was.
How do you explain that to yourself? Was that song just a gift from above, or do you as an artist take ownership of, I produced this song?
I am available. I am available to ideas. I am available to free thinking. I'm available to thoughts. I am not in a box. Now, I used to be when I was a kid, when I was writing songs like Her So Good and Jack and Diane, I have to write a song that's, no, I can't go over that. That song took a wrong turn. Now nothing takes a wrong turn. There's no wrong turns to make. These paintings, there's no wrong turn. I may walk up to a canvas and think I'm going to do one thing, and it turns out to be something else that surprises me, and I'm thrilled to death when that happens. When I'm not thrilled to death is when I labor over something and try to force it into being something that, you know, I think it has to be, but that's not art.